You're listening to Seattle Real Estate Podcast.
What is up, my friends? What are we talking about today? Talking about lack of masks. Yeah, I don't really want to wear these anymore. This has just become kind of silly, but you got to get into stores and stuff, go work out, whatever it is in your state. You got to do it, right? Today we're talking about retailers put the brakes on Texas and Mississippi on their move to scrap the mask mandates. Hey, we know our store is located in a state that getting rid of the mask, but we're still going to need you to wear the mask in our store. We're going to follow other guidelines other than the state leadership here because this is our corporate policy. That's what we're getting into today. Let's find out which stores are doing this, and we'll see how it goes. Before we do, if you're new here, thanks for joining. My name is Sean Reynolds. I own a couple of real estate companies, and I read the news that you want to hopefully hear. All right, let's jump on in. This is a CBS article. Retailers put the brakes on Texas and Mississippi. Oh, a lot of people have been talking about Texas and Mississippi. Hey, look what they're doing. They are getting rid of their mask mandate. Is it early? Should we just stay in our homes and wear our masks and triple mask now? Because, it used to be one and gloves, then no masks, and then 2 masks, 1 mask. What are you supposed to do? Who are you supposed to follow? Who knows? Does any of this even make sense? I don't know. As Texas and Mississippi move to join a dozen other U.S. states without statewide mask requirements, many major retailers and employers, they aren't ready to nix face covering requirements amidst a pandemic that killed more than 1,800 Americans on Tuesday alone. But at some point in time, you're just going to have to, and I keep saying it, rip off that Band-Aid and get back to normal. You're just going to have to do that. So we've got all the leaders of our blue states. Oh, we're wearing masks until we're really, really old, and then we'll probably wear a mask in the coffin as well because we want to be protected. And by coffin, I mean when you get cremated, because that's how most people go now, right? Nobody wants to really have their body decompose in the ground. No, they want to have it incinerated. The governors of both states said that they are dispensing with mask mandates and allowing businesses to operate at full capacity. Here. I'm down with that. Get rid of the masks. Businesses, you guys go back to normal. We've been waiting forever for that, right? Now we've got a couple more states. It's funny, I was watching this, I was seeing this on a Facebook feed, and everybody on Facebook is just, I think they just honestly want to appear like they care so much for their fellow human being that we should wear masks forever. 4 or 5 masks. Wear a mask on each hand. Let's do that. I don't know why Facebook is that way, but that's why I don't really use it much anymore because it's annoying, and the people who post on there, really annoying. Maybe that's why I just left a while ago. And I'm like, I'll look at a few people I care about on my Instagram feeds. That's where my kids are anyway. Everybody else on Facebook, I feel like they're a bunch of posers, and they're just like, we've got to wear our masks forever. And they've always got this line of, we need to be safe. So you need a politician to tell you when and how to be safe. Since when? Since when do we do that? No, that's not my game. That's not the game I'm playing anyway. So I need to go down to Texas and just walk around without a mask. How good would that be? Maybe even Mississippi. Never been to Mississippi. We must now do more to restore livelihoods and normalcy for Texans by opening Texas 100%. Hear, Texas Governor Greg Abbott. And he said that in a statement. We are ensuring that all businesses and families in Texas have the freedom to determine their own destiny. Yeah, why do we feel like we need to have politicians telling us how to do all this stuff, which clearly isn't based on the data or the science? Why do we have that? He's really good. He's a really good leader. Look at the 2 leaders that went out on the forefront of this whole COVID thing. You got Como in New York. What a crazy show that guy has been running. He's like, we've got this all locked down. He was just cooking the books on all that stuff, right? And then California, you got Newsom. You got the 1.5 million votes or signatures to get him out of there. And people are like, yeah, he needs to go. That state has just, these lockdowns, they haven't really done anything, right? Look at Florida. It's just going full tilt there. Texas, same thing. And these guys are all taking heat for doing this. It's because everybody's too afraid of their own shadow. Too afraid of their own shadow. When are you going to rip off that Band-Aid? Yeah, we're not going to do it until, for a long, long time. That's what Washington's doing. We really care about our fellow citizens, except the ones living in tents, except those guys. We don't really give a rip about them, but we don't talk about that either. In Mississippi, Governor Tate Reeves is also lifting mask mandates for all counties, saying his office is, I like this quote. This is a good quote. I think you'll like it too. Getting out of the business of telling people what they can and can't do. Here, again, get out of that business. Leave that business. Let people figure it out. We're adults, right? I mean, this whole mandating everybody to do, you can go in that store. Oh, you can't go in that store. Oh, no, that store is closed. Oh, that one's open. Yep, big stores open, little stores, not so much. We're going to tell you what you can and can't do, what you can and can't wear, how you can and can't do things. This is stupid. It truly is. It's honestly just dumb. But, there's some data and science out there that somebody said, look at this. This is what we're doing. Despite the push to reopen, Texas and Mississippi residents will still need to wear face masks if they want to step inside many supermarkets and other large retail chains. The retailers, which include Kroger, Target, and Walgreens, cited guidelines from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention because those guys have been so reliable. Oh, yeah, the CDC. And continuing to require masks and take other measures to protect workers and consumers from the virus. So if you're shopping in a big chain, maybe check that sign at the door. If you're in Texas or Mississippi, check that sign at the door. We require our customers to use masks or whatever. But in Texas, nobody's really enforcing your mask law anyway. So I feel like the whole don't mess with Texas. You can kind of just walk around willy-nilly. I have to call my brother after this and see. He's in Texas. He's in Dallas. See if he's just marching around. Because when does this go into place? Well, we'll read about it in the article here. There is no change at this time to the company mask mandate policy or any current safety protocols that are in place in our stores or any work locations to protect our customers and team members because we're so scared. We are following current CDC and OSHA guidelines. OSHA guidelines, great. And OSHA guidelines regarding safety protocols, a spokesperson for Walgreens said in an email. Did OSHA even have safety protocols for COVID? I just know that at the beginning of the Rona thing, so much of what commercial construction guys were being required to do violated OSHA guidelines. That's what I heard about, and just created a non-safe environment. But, those construction guys, they just throw around the Rona willy-nilly. They're just giving it to everybody. Not. The drugstore chain's policy all along has been to gently remind customers who are shopping without masks about the requirement. But out of concern for our employees' safety, we do not stop these customers from shopping. A spokesperson added, I don't think there's any enforcement of this. We're just talking about something. You can wear your mask, don't wear your mask, do your own thing. Another major pharmacy, CVS Health, will also keep its face covering policy in place at stores nationwide, with the CVS Health spokesperson citing the strong scientific evidence that masks help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Yeah, but we also talked about 15 days to stop the curve, flatten the curve. What about that? That's something we did, and that didn't really do anything. Look at the states that went through massive lockdowns. California and New York. How's that working out? Not all that well, right? You can argue population, you can argue sunshine and all kinds of other stuff. But to me, this has been, we just had 5,000 deaths here in the state of Washington over a course of a year. So many things caused that many deaths. And it's not considered a pandemic. How many people have we had die from opioid overdoses in the state of Washington? A bunch. Is it 1,000? Is it 1,500? Maybe somewhere in there. And are we panicking about that? Oh, there's an opioid crisis. Yeah, we are. But we're not closing the economy down. We're not wearing masks. We're not doing all this other stuff, right? I'm just critical. I don't like the whole mask thing. I think it's ridiculous. But it's what we're doing. If a customer is not wearing a mask or face covering, we will refer them to our signage, look at the sign, and ask that they help protect themselves and those around them by listening to the experts. No, we're through listening to the experts. The experts have been lying to us the entire time. Experts and heeding the call to wear a face covering, the spokesperson said. For safety reasons, our employees are directed to avoid escalated confrontations with non-compliant customers and to help instead help them complete their purchases as quickly as possible and get the F out of our store. I added that last sentence because I thought it needed to be added. Kroger, and I get it. These are big, large chains. They've got stores in just about every state in the United States. And to have one policy here for this store and one policy here for this store, nah, screw it, guys. Let's just hold the whole mask policy. I get it. But it would make you think about going into a store that doesn't have a mask policy, wouldn't it? It would. So a local store, no mask policy? Would you give them their business? I probably would. I try and take out my mask as little as possible. I am actually lucky to leave the house with one because I just still don't care and I don't like to wear a mask. So sometimes I get on the road and go, damn it, I have to go home and get my mask. You guys done that? I'm sure you have. It's so annoying. It's like, I don't want to wear this thing and yet I've still got to go home because I really want to get whatever it is in that store that I'm sure that my life will benefit from so much. Consumerism, right? Kroger, the nation's largest supermarket chain, will continue to require everyone in our stores across the country to wear masks until all our frontline grocery associates can receive the COVID-19 vaccine. They've been handing out groceries this whole time and haven't gotten the Rona. I'd say they're doing okay. A spokesperson told CBS Money Watch in an email, the company last month said it would give each of its 500,000 workers in 35 states $100 to get immunized against COVID. All right, that's a cheap insurance policy, right? Hey, go get stuck with a needle, we'll give you $100. Be a good employee. Move along, sheeple. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing. I mean, and again, I get it. You want to have your people be covered, but this whole thing has just gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of control. Target is also sticking with its requirements. So we've got Target, we've got CVS, we've got Kroger. Target is also sticking with its requirement that customers and workers wear masks. When can I stop talking about masks? When? I want to know. Can you give me a date? Can you let me know when that's going to be? Because I need to know. This has become annoying. I'm sure you're annoyed hearing me talk about it, right? But we need to know this nonsense. And Target is sticking with its requirement that customers and workers wear masks, including those who have been vaccinated for the coronavirus. In line with current CDC guidance, a spokesperson for the retailer said in an email. So they're doing it in line with current CDC guidance. The retailer makes an exception for those with underlying medical conditions and young children. I think as everybody does, right? If you got a medical condition, I mean, that is one thing I've seen people do. And you're like, really? Do you have a medical condition or are you just really anti-mask? I'm not that anti-mask. I'll wear a mask. I'll be a good boy. I'll do what I'm told. Maybe I'll get a pat on the head someday, right? Probably not. Patrons that prefer not to wear masks can shop through Target's no-contact options, such as shopping online, the retail added. That's what I've been doing. I'm like, I don't really need to go into that store. So I'm headed to Maui in a few days. Going to make some content there. We'll see where we upload it. I'll let you know for sure. So I had to buy a few things. I had to get some new water sandals. So I did that. Amazon. Got some new Tivas. And I needed a new little tripod, three-prong tripod. For one of my cameras, can't remember which one. And I got a new 50 millimeter lens for one of my cameras. The camera I'm shooting this on, the Canon M50. It's small, it's light, but I want to be able to shoot some sunset in Maui because they have epic sunsets and do just some video stuff. And then, some stuff for my GoPros. And I just basically did that in the car, kind of stopped wherever I was. Let's tee that up on Amazon so I don't really have to go into any stores. They've just made it too easy to do shopping that way, right? And even if it's something that you need to try on, you try it on. If it doesn't fit, send it back in, get the next size down or up or whatever it is, move on with your life. But how convenient. All this stuff is coming. I ordered it yesterday. I got a package coming today, package coming tomorrow, package coming Saturday, take off for Maui on Sunday. I mean, the world is your oyster, right? Not really. You just got to spend some money to get there. So we're talking about Target again. Aldi said it would stick with its nationwide policy requiring its workers and customers to wear masks in its more than 2,000 grocery stores in 36 states. We are aware of the mask mandate lifts in both Texas and Mississippi, where we have store locations. Since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been following CDC guidelines and do not plan to make any adjustments for our safety measures at this time. All right. A spokesperson for Home Depot said the retailer requires associates and customers to wear masks while in our stores or any Home Depot facility nationwide. So they're just all sticking by it. Costco, Trader Joe's, Walmart, and Whole Foods did not respond to requests for comment. No, we're not going to respond to that because you know what the answer is. Mask up if you want to come in our store. The National Retail Federation issued a statement reiterating that retail stores are private entities that can refuse entry or service to those that refuse to adhere to their policies. Further, it is within our right to implement and enforce policies that protect the health and the safety of their employees and their customers, a spokesperson for the trade group said in a statement. All right, but if your governor is saying it's okay, doesn't that send kind of a conflicting message here? Kind of tells you where everybody's aligned, right? Big stores, they got a lot of liability, though. Yeah, although, you know, in the Costco thing, 170 employees in the Costco here in the state of Washington in Yakima, which is way east, they had a massive outbreak of the coronavirus, even though they were wearing masks. And did we really change anything? Did Costco ever close down? Hell no. Costco's got to make their money. I mean, we kind of care about your safety, but then again, we all need to shop for stuff. Costco's a good place to get it. Let's keep her open. That seemed to me to be the general logic there. I mean, majority of the employees there, they got the Rona. Still open. That shocked me. And this whole thing has just been, from the get-go, we're going to keep all the big stores open. Okay? It's interesting. Small little stores? Not so much. Crazy, right? San Antonio-based HEB did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but the grocery store chain, which employs more than 135,000 people and more than 400 stores in Texas and Mexico, seemed to take a softer stance in talking to the local media outlet. Although there is no longer a statewide mask order, HEB believes it is important that masks be worn in public spaces until more Texans and our partners have access to the COVID-19 vaccine. That was told to a Fox News affiliate. HEB will still require all of our partners and vendors to wear masks while at work, and we'll urge all our customers to please wear a mask when in our stores. All right, so I think we're rolling in the right direction of getting rid of these ridiculous masks. I think we really are. But man, how long are some people just going to hunker down and, stick by their mask? They've got that fear in their head of, if I go outside and I'm not wearing a mask, I could get the Rona. I mean, it could come at me from anywhere. Whereas I've been the other end of things, and I'm like, well, if I get the Rona, I'm pretty healthy. And if it takes me down, well, then it's my time, and that's just how things go. I mean, you could step off the sidewalk, get hit by a car. I mean, anything could happen. You don't know. Life is risky. At some point in time, you got to take some risks and get out there and do your thing. If you want to hunker down, stay at home, wear 14 masks, that's your call. But for the rest of us wanting to get out and about and do stuff, let us do our thing. Don't try and fearmonger us into believing that we're going to have to wear our masks until 2025, because we're just not. That is not going to happen. That's in my world, though. And I don't rule the world. I rule what I see in my desk here, kind of. But yeah, crazy times, right? I mean, just states opening up, some states not. A lot of people going, there's going to be some massive outbreaks in Florida. This is going to be horrible. Or not. Kind of like that whole, when we had the holidays this last year, there were supposed to be these massive outbreaks afterwards. What happened there? Interesting. Not really much, right? But you got to wear 14 masks. Don't forget that 14th mask. If you've only got 13 masks on, you need to throw another one in there, because that one is really going to catch the Rona, the dreaded Rona, the Rona sniffles. All right. You guys know how I feel about this, and I think most of you do too as well. But if you think that you should wear a mask, wear a mask by all means. That's good. Do your thing. All right. That's it for me on this one. I'm out of here. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for being part of the Seattle Real Estate Podcast. I actually, right now, it's 12:30. I have 1 hour to get to coronavirus testing center. Yep. I got to get a test done within 72 hours of my departure, which is Sunday at 9:50 a.m. So if you want to see me, I'll be at SeaTac Airport, 9:50, taking flight 29 from Hawaiian Airlines to Maui. Direct flight puts me there like 1:50, I think. It's a great flight. So am I willing to go get yet another, is this my 4th or 5th test, I believe? I've forgotten. It's somewhere in that ballpark. That's a lot of jamming of tissue up my nose, both nostrils. Although I did have one. Did I have one? I did what did I do? I did the antibodies test. And that wasn't, that was a prick of my finger. Nothing up my nose. Imagine that. That was great. I just had to get my finger slightly cut and a little blood. 15 minutes later, yep, you've never had the Roner. Okay, thanks. Appreciate that. So yeah, no, I'm going to go get something jammed up both my nostrils and enjoy it and hopefully get my test back. Because otherwise, if I don't, they will arrest you on Maui. They'll take you down. They will zip tie you. They will throw you in jail like you should if you are a violent Rona offender. You came onto their island without a test. That's the rules. So you got to upload a negative test 72 hours before you get there-ish. I've done this whole drill once before. I'm sure I barely passed, but they let me stay. So otherwise, you literally got to fly home. Or you can quarantine for 14 days inside your hotel room without coming out. There's a lot of fun. Oh, look at all those people doing all the cool stuff on the beach. Wow, look at them go. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, wow. But I can't go out there. I can't put my feet in the water because I didn't get a Rona test before I came. Should have followed the rules. This is one time where I'm like, yeah, you got to follow the rules. So that's where I'm off to. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Talk then. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when our next video is out.